All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome. Welcome to this Happy English live English lesson streaming for you right here on YouTube and on Facebook. That's right. Two places at the same time. They say that you can't be two places at the same time, but I have just shown that science is actually wrong because I am here in two places at the same time. And today, my friends, is Friday the 13th. Are you scared? Even a little? I'm not scared. But for some people, this might be an unlucky day. For me, here in New York City, it's been a great day. I've had a lot of English classes right here in Happy English, and I'm very excited tonight to bring to you this live English lesson. And I know that right now it's around 6:32 p.m. in New York City, and for a lot of the Happy English fans in Europe and the Middle East, it's a little bit late. I realize that. For my friends and Happy English fans in Asia, well, good morning. Good morning to you. So, good evening, New York City. Good night, Milano. And good morning in Seoul, Tokyo, Ho Chi Minh, Phuket, and in Indonesia. This is a Happy English live English lesson. For today's English lesson, we're going to look at learn how to count, Michael, 3 different points. First of all, we're going to look at the pronunciation of R and L pronunciation. Next, we'll look at some connecting words like because versus because of, and in spite of versus even though. And finally, we're going to take a look at some idioms that are based on food. So, before we get started, I'd like to say hello to Vidal and Freddie watching on Facebook. Thanks for joining there. And Adriana and Julio and Tahani are here on YouTube. So, here we go. Let's take a look at today's English lesson live just for you. Friday the 13th. Nothing spooky here. It's your good luck for joining us. All right. The first thing that I want to talk about today is the pronunciation of R and L. And I know that a lot of people have trouble distinguishing between R and L. So here's how it goes. When you pronounce the L sound, as in the word light, L-I-G-H-T, the tip of your tongue should come to the back of your upper teeth. Light, light, la 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 la, light. It's a very light sound. Light. Here are some words that use the L sound. Lead, lead. Light, light. Liver, liver. Lake, lake. Here's one more sentence using the L sound. Larry lives in Loveland. Larry lives in Loveland. Doesn't that sound like a nice place to live? Loveland. Larry lives in Loveland. So the L sound is a very light sound. On the other hand, the R sound, as in red, is a more stronger sound. To make the R sound, your tongue should be pointing upward to about this part of your face. So imagine that the tip of your tongue is pointing to here. Red. Red. It's a stronger sound than the L sound. Red. Red. Right. Right. River. River. Rake. Rake. All right, here are some sentences with the R sound. Rita ran out of rice. Rita ran out of rice. Randy really wrote it. Randy really wrote it. Red likes Rocky Road. Red likes Rocky Road. Rocky Road is an ice cream flavor that has ice cream and marshmallows and cookies and, oh my God, all sorts of amazing things in it. All right, so let's take a look at some L and R words. Lead, red. Lead, red. Lead, red. Light, right. Light, right. Light, right. Light, right. Liver, river. Liver, river. Liver, river. Lake, rake. Lake, rake. Lake, rake. So, there you have the R and the L pronunciation, okay? All right, so let's take a quick break. I have a couple of hellos. So, Davin has joined us here on Facebook. Hello, Davin. And Vincent. Hello, Vincent, even though it's late in Europe. Sorry to keep you awake at such a late hour. All right, let's move on to the next part of today's live lesson, which is some connecting words in English. The first group is because, and because of. Do you know the difference? Because and because of. We use because plus, that's right, because plus a subject and a verb. For example, because it was raining, we canceled the picnic. We canceled the picnic because it was raining. Because it was raining, we canceled the picnic. We use because of plus a noun. I could say, because of the rain, we canceled the picnic. Because of the rain, we canceled the picnic. So, when we use because, we talk about a reason. Why did we cancel the picnic? Because of the rain. Why did we cancel the picnic? Because it was raining. Alrighty. Similarly, we have despite and in spite of. Now, for those of you who are trying to get a good score on the TOEIC exam, keep in mind that in spite of which is 3 words, in spite of, and despite have the same meaning, but we don't say despite of. That's something that a lot of people get tricked up with on the TOEIC exam and in everyday conversation. So, despite and in spite of, the meaning is the same, and we use in spite of or despite plus, that's right, a noun. In spite of the rain, I went to the beach. In spite of the rain, I went to the beach. I went to the beach despite the rain. Despite the rain, I went to the beach. So you can use despite or in spite of plus a noun. On the other hand, we have even though, although, and though. We use even though, although, and though with a subject and a verb. I could say, even though it was raining, I went to the beach. Even though it was raining, I went to the beach. Though it was raining, I went to the beach. Although it was raining, I went to the beach. So, the meaning of even though, although, and though is pretty similar, or maybe even the same, except that even though is a little bit stronger in its meaning and though is a little bit weaker. But the grammar is the same. And again, if you're taking the TOEFL or the TOEIC exam, this is a good thing to know. So let's just recap. Even though it rained, I went to the beach. Despite the rain, I went to the beach. So use despite or in spite of with a noun, and you can use even though, although, and though plus a subject and a verb. Even though I would like to speak more about this grammar point, it's time to move on to the next part of our lesson, which is idioms. Now, as some of you may know, I love idioms. Idioms are expressions that you can use to make your English more colorful and more interesting. And today, I have 4 idioms for you that we use that are related to food. All right? So, the first one is in a pickle. Do you like pickles? If you don't know what a pickle is a vegetable like a cucumber that's been sitting in a salty vinegar bathtub for a long time. That's a pickle. And so a pickle is very sour. And so if you say, I'm in a pickle, I'm in a pickle. It means that you're in a very difficult situation. So, I'm in a pickle means I'm in a very difficult situation. For example, I was in a pickle when I locked my keys inside the car. I drove somewhere, I got out of the car, I locked the door, and I looked, oh my God, my keys are inside the car. I was in a pickle. I was in a pickle because I locked my keys inside the car. Here's another example. Bob is a salesman in my company. Bob is in a pickle because he hasn't had any sales this month. He's had no sales. He's in a pickle. Have you been in a pickle recently? Why don't you leave a comment below and use the phrase in a pickle? You can say, I was in a pickle when, and then tell us what happened. I was in a pickle when I left my keys inside the car. All right, the next food idiom is small potatoes. Small potatoes. Small potatoes means something that's not so important. A big potato would be a very important part of your meal, but something that is small potatoes is probably something that's not so important. So that's what this phrase means. I could say missing a television program is small potatoes. Small potatoes. I missed one of my favorite TV programs last night, but you know what? It's small potatoes. It's not important. A canceled flight, no. See, that's how you know that this is live, because the teacher makes mistakes. I hope you don't mind. Okay, so a delayed flight, that's what I wanted to say. A delayed flight is small potatoes compared to a canceled flight. If you have to take a trip, maybe you're going on vacation and your flight is delayed, that's a bad thing. But if your flight is canceled, that's an awful thing. So a delayed flight is small potatoes compared to a canceled flight. Recently, have you experienced a situation that was small potatoes? Why don't you leave a comment and let us know? You could say something, something, something. My situation was small potatoes. Next, the next phrase is, I don't know beans about something. Beans. Beans is a very, very basic food. And if you say, I don't know beans about something, it means you don't know anything, even the most basic thing about that. For example, I don't know beans about football. It's true. Even though I'm an American and football is a very popular sport here, I don't know beans about football. I'm actually not really interested in football. I don't know beans about football. My sister said that she doesn't know beans about fixing a computer. She doesn't know beans about fixing a computer. It means she really has no idea about fixing a computer. How about you? Is there something that you don't know beans about? Why don't you leave a comment below and let us know? All right, let's move on to the last food idiom. And the last idiom is fishy. Fishy. If you walked by the fish market and the fish wasn't so fresh, there would be a bad smell. Ooh, it's fishy. It's fishy. Fishy means it has a really bad smell. So if you walk by the fish market and it smells fishy, perhaps the freshness of the fish is suspicious. That's right. So we say that something is fishy, it means that something is very suspicious. We can't trust that thing. For example, Bob came to the office late again today. He said something about the bus was late and the train was late. I think Bob's excuse for coming late was fishy. It was a fishy excuse. I think his excuse was fishy. My friend Ted was bragging that he's met some famous people in New York. I heard him say that he met Taylor Swift in a bar downtown. He met Taylor Swift in a bar? I think that story is a little fishy. What do you think? Have you heard a fishy story recently? Why not leave a comment below and let us know? All right, so that brings us to the end of today's live English lesson. But Friday the 13th, my friends, and I have good news for you. In 12 hours from now, 12 hours, that's right, we're going to have another live English lesson to learn pronunciation, grammar, and idioms 12 hours from now. That's right, the starting time, 6:30 a.m. New York time, 12:30 p.m. in France and Europe, and 8:30 p.m. in Asia. That's right. So I hope to see you then. We're going to have a live English lesson every day this month. That's right. Every day this month, a live English lesson just for you guys. And it's going to happen every day. So check out social media. Check out Instagram and Facebook and Twitter for all the details and the schedule. And then you can see us live. And I'm very, very happy to see you. So that brings us to the end of today's English lesson. Please visit over here, myhappyenglish.com, and you can find links to over 1,000 free English lessons. As well, if you're interested in improving your pronunciation, I've got a special link just below this video where you can get one of my online courses for just $10. All right. Okay. Thank you so much for thank you so much for watching this. Thanks for studying with me today, and I'll see you next time right here at Happy English. Bye, guys. Thank you. There's the button. All right, guys. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you next time.